Hello guys and welcome back to my FPL Game Week preview for Game Week 4 coming up now. I finally, hopefully, currently figured out how to have my face small on the bottom and have what I'm showing you on my screen above me, hopefully, right now, here, I believe it should be, of what my team's going to be looking at for the week. This is currently my team for the week that I'm showing you now. As you can see, Saliba, Sanchez, Onana, Estupinan, Ben Mee, Pau Torres, Kabore, Martinelli, Adingra, Garnacho, Salah, Foden, Watkins, and Visser and Haaland. I have already made my transfers, but I just put these guys in right now who I had last week, and I'm going to talk through what I'm going to do this week. I currently have Brentford up because, as you can see, a bit of a spoiler alert there, we're going all players there. I'm going to go through each game down here, one by one, and talk about who I'm looking at from each game. Starting with Luton versus West Ham. We will go to the Luton team first, which is down here. As I said, I've already made my transfers, as you can see, -8, and saying that Ben Mee's been added. That's a bit of a spoiler alert that we'll get to later, but yeah. Luton players that I'm watching Kabore. Obviously, he's in my team. I've got to keep my eyes on him. I'm going to keep my eyes on Kaminsky as well. He made a lot of saves in that first game. He's only played 2 games so far because Luton have only played 2 games. But yeah, I'm definitely keep my eyes on him for the week. Chong, I'm going to keep my eyes on at 5 mil. He could be decent, and Morris because he has scored, and I want to keep my eyes on that. And then going to West Ham. West Ham have been really good recently. Keeping my eyes on Areola, 18 points already this season. That is a key highlight for this game, really. I am contemplating taking Areola out and putting Sanchez in, but that's just not a transfer that's worth making at the moment. I'm happy with this rotation I've got here, and Areola can stay sat there for now. If I'm going to benefit off of this West Ham clean sheet, it is through Areola. None of these defenders don't feel like they're going to be reliable enough. And in talking midfielders, Bowen is the main guy that I'd be looking at again in my team if I wanted a West Ham midfielder. I looked at Paqueta as well, and Ward-Prowse certainly seems tempting right now, but I have a personal vendetta against Ward-Prowse, for those that know. Mateus Kudus down here, also tempting, 6.5 mil. Can I really reject that? That sounds good to me. That does sound good to me. And then the attack, I'm not touching the attack. Antonio might be worth it, but right now I'm not going to touch it. That's what I'm going to say for the West Ham team. On to Sheffield versus Everton now. This is an awful game. This will be... we'll start with Sheffield. And honestly, looking at the Sheffield team, I don't really know who I would be looking at. This Hamer guy, he did score in that first game, and it would be tempting to look at, but he didn't do much against City. He didn't really have a high expected goals. It was a long shot. It was one of them. I'm not expecting lots of them this year. And apart from that, Cameron Archer could be one to look at, but he's still not started for them. We thought he was coming in to be a starter. We'll find out this weekend if he will be a starter, and it will be a good game for him to start against, especially against Everton. Going up to Everton now. Everton team, as I said last week, if I want to look at one of these defenders, I'm looking at Patterson, but I just don't trust the clean sheet that Everton are going to get. Look, already 3 points for the year, it's just not good. But he is getting... oh yes, that's goal conceded. Yeah, exactly. It's not worth the clean sheet. They're expecting to concede a goal a game. Danjuma, I thought at the start of the year would have been really good, but he just hasn't been able to show it yet. And when Calvert-Lewin gets back, he might be worth looking at, but he's still got a facial injury. 50% chance of playing, not worth getting in the team. On to Brentford-Bournemouth. Now this is a much more interesting game than the ones that we've had already. Brentford coming into the game. Obviously, Ben Mee seems to be not injured anymore, but I have now to come out my team, as I've just said to you guys anyway. But yeah, any of this Brentford defence could be worth looking at, especially Henry. Henry's done the best so far, and I did point out at the start of the year that I think he would. And Buemo, going to keep my eyes on him still don't have him on my team. He had 2 good games, but he only blanked last week, and that could just show that it's not going to be worth getting him in. Sharda scoring last week could show signs of him being worth coming, playing as a winger, especially at 5.4 mil in this Brentford team, and he will be one of the main focuses on the attack. And then Visser up front, because he's still in my team. Got to keep the guy in my team. He blanked last week, yeah, but 2 previous good weeks, and he's cheaper than Mbuemo. It's worth it for now. On to Bournemouth. Bournemouth, keeping eyes on Neto. As I've said all year, I think Neto is a good player to have in the team. especially at his 4.5 mil price. But as I said, I'm happy with Sanchez right now. Kirkes, I noticed he had a... Ooh, is the stat on here? No, it's not on here. But he will get a lot of bonus points because he does get a lot of tackles in. He's very good defensively, Kirkes. And for those that know, he is a bit of an FM little legend. Speaking of FM as well, hopefully what I might do is I might order a mystery football kit, and whilst I figured out how to record my screen now, I might start doing FM videos with whatever mystery football kit I get. It'll be interesting, I think. Billing, looking at him. Brooks, I like the look of Brooks simply because, you know, he had a really good season a few seasons ago. Where was it? Yeah, 7 goals, 6 assists, 123 points in FPL in 18-19, and he had a bit of a, you know, stint where he's not been playing because of obviously health issues. But now he's back. I reckon he can hit it again, and he's shown signs of being able to do it when I've been watching Bournemouth, but he's not done it yet, so it's not worth jumping on yet. And then Solanke, the man, as I said in previous videos, this guy's as important to Bournemouth as Haaland is to say. With the goals that he gets, or gets involved in, keep Bournemouth alive. Whilst obviously Haaland's a better player by a long shot, but I'm saying the equivalence is there. On to Burnley versus Spurs, another decent game to be watching, but once again it's on at 3 o'clock, so we won't be watching it. James Trafford, keeping my eyes on you, pal. None of these guys really shout out to me. None of the midfielders really shout out to me so far. None of the strikers have so far. They're getting linked with Divock Origi, so if they do sign Divock Origi today on deadline day, it might be worth looking at him. But right now, I'm not looking at too much Burnley players. I know they're meant to be changed, but it's still in my head. It's still Burnley, and I'm going to hold that bias. Vicario, once again, he could have a really good week. He's had 2 back-to-back clean sheets now, 18 points in the last 2 games. If you could get another clean sheet against Burnley, it'd be definitely worth it, along with any of these defenders really. Van der Ven, Udoga, Romero, Pedro Porro, all worth looking at getting the team if it does happen. Reguilon has now gone to United. He could be worth looking at just for the United game at 4.4 mil, starting left back at United. Might be worth it. James Maddison at 7.7 mil. Obviously, he's going up and up. He's going to be end up 8.5 by the end of the year, probably. He's going to have a mint year, and it's just whether I can get him in my team. As I said, I've spoke about breaking down that Salah, and if Salah does get sold in this next week, then yeah, I'm going to bring in James Maddison for him, and then obviously split someone else into that. And I'm going to another page for the strikers, which is just Veliz. It's just, yeah, I'm not looking at Maddison, who's highlighted from that game. On to the next game, which is Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. Chelsea, there's a billion players. Look at Chelsea. Obviously, I've got Sanchez in my team. I'm going to be keeping my eyes on Sanchez. Disasi, Gusto, and Chilwell are going to be the 3 that I'm looking at most in that defence. Mainly Gusto and Chilwell, seeing how much they get involved in the game. Gusto, he has been always a bonus point system. He was like best bonus point player the past 2 weeks for Chelsea. But obviously you got no bonus points in that game because West Ham won, and then you got 2 games because Sterling got his brace, and I think he got an assist as well, Sterling. But yeah, clean sheets at Chelsea. Gusto is the man at 4.1 million. Sterling on form like fire. He's been shown it in the previous games, but last week he got it. Last week he got his 2 goals and the assist, and he's showing what he can do this year. And apart from that, looking at Nicholas Jackson, I did take him out of my team last week, and I want to make sure that I was right to do so. He has it at home against Forest, but hopefully Forest can keep the clean sheet and prove me right. Thank you very much. Now on to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, everyone's got Turner in the team. I'm not looking at Turner. Aurier for the defensive clean sheet really is the guy that I'm looking at. But the fixtures just don't scream out to me to get him in the team yet. Gibbs White has gone down in price surprisingly, which is a bit of a shock to me. But I just feel like he'd be worth it. 2 assists last week. He's a good player, Gibbs White. Coming off winning the... Ooh, he won something with England this year, and I forgot what tournament it was. That's bad of me, innit? I don't know if it's the World Cup or if it was the Euros. But yeah, they won it. That's why I said they won it. And Ariona, obviously. Guys, 7 games in a row he's scored in now. He's 4 off Vardy's record. Can he keep it up? Because look, it's not high XGs. He's just clinical when he gets that chance. So yeah, Ariona, definitely keeping my eyes on you, and especially if he scores this week, it'd definitely be worth looking at getting my team against Burnley. But that City game is a bit sticky, so I'll probably wait till after the City game. And then if you just score against City, then not get him in my team because he's scoring in these games easily. On to the next game, which is Man City versus Fulham. For Manchester City, I am looking at obviously the main man down here, Erling Haaland. Last year, 36 goals, and he's on 3 already this year. A goal a game. He didn't be blanked against Newcastle, yeah, but everyone's got him. Everyone's got him. Percentage owned, 91.4% of managers own him. That's wild. That is crazy. It's just essential to have your team. Basically, this year you have 14 million on Haaland, and then you have 86 million to spend the rest of your team on 14 players. They should just make Haaland free and make everyone else a mil more, because that's 14 players that you're buying with Haaland. Anyway, 9% of people don't have him. It's crazy that 9% of people are trying to go without Haaland. Obviously, I'm looking at Foden because he's in my team. Clutch Rodrigo. I'm avoiding him. I don't want to touch him, mate. I know people are going, oh, Rodrigo scores. He doesn't. He's a CDM. I don't know what. Frustrating. It's frustrating. Mateus Nunes was signed today, and Doku signed last week. Doku obviously didn't start last week, but I don't know what this guy's going to do. Who's in charge right now? It just baffles me. Does my head in when, it's pet rotation without Pep, man. What are you doing to me? And Fulham, who are we looking at for Fulham? We are looking at Leno. If you can clean sheet against City, might be worth it. I'm not looking at any of the defence. As I said, Leno is the clean sheet captain. Like, if you're going to go for it, Rodak got -1. No minutes played. Yellow card on the bench. I feel sorry for anyone that had him in their team. No minutes played, just got a yellow card from the bench. That is painful. Andreas obviously scored last week. Got to keep my eyes on that. And Jimenez, I think he scored. He just, against City, Wolves used to always beat City. Now he's just going to take that Wolves DNA and take it over to City. Brighton versus Newcastle. Brighton, we're looking at. They're stupid, man. He's in my team, but 2 tough games. He's got a really tough period now, Brighton. So it might be time to jump ship on your Brighton players for the next couple of weeks, just while they figure out what they're doing, because actually this back-to-back here, Liverpool, City, back-to-back, all these games I say are tough. Even at Bournemouth at home, that's a shining light in the dark, that is. So yeah, I couldn't have a Dingra. I want to see if he's starting, because look, no start so far this year. He got a goal against Luton. Can he keep it up? I don't know. Can't tell you. Keep an eye on the attack. Look, Ferguson and João Pedro are the only strikers to score so far this year, but yet De Zerbi still plays Welbeck. But Welbeck's injured now, so this should be João Pedro and Ferguson's week, hopefully. They did sign Ansu Fati last night, but I can see he's not in the team yet on here. But yeah, Ansu Fati, now a Brighton player. Could be tempted to look at next game week. But obviously right now, he might start this weekend, but I won't be able to get him in fantasy football in time. So yeah, definitely watching out for Ansu Fati to see what he can bring. And then on to Newcastle. Newcastle are bringing us Nick Pope to look at. It's difficult to what we want to look at this week. I'm going to ignore this defence. If Livermore is going to be playing, that will be interesting to look at. But yeah, Gordon and Barnes are the ones that I'll be looking at. And Tonali, I said Tonali is controlling the play, and it's nice to see if he will be controlling the play against Brighton, because Brighton's a hard team to control the play against. So if you do it this week, it might be worth getting in the team for his bonus points and his influence that he does on the team. Barnes and Gordon, I was going to look at them. Both playing left wing, both fighting for that left wing spot, whilst Almiron's taking over that right spot. So yeah, worth looking at. And Isak, if he can score, he can continue doing it, then yeah, he'll be worth it. On to Sunday's games, Palace versus Wolves. And I'm gonna tell you now, I'll look at Wolves' team. I don't think I'll be looking at anyone in Wolves' team though. I'm watching this Johnston versus Henderson. Who's going to be starting? It's one of them. I think Henderson might start with Johnston, but Johnston is an England regular now, so we don't know. So if you're going to go for a Palace clean sheet, I would recommend doing a Palace clean sheet on one of the defenders like Anderson or Mitchell or Gehi, because they're more guaranteed for the game time. Eze, I am looking at just because it's a nice little fixture he's got there. I'd be tempted to get him in the team. Edouard, Mateta, Gordon. Apparently these guys got them with a Origi too, but I don't think it's going to happen. Edouard is still the one that I'll be looking at there. And as I said, I'll look at the Wolves team, but I'll tell you now, I am not looking at anyone in this Wolves team. They just don't scream out to me. I know they got a clean sheet last week, but This Wolves team stinks. They stink. Liverpool versus Aston Villa. On to Liverpool. Liverpool, I'm looking at Trent. I'm obviously going to be looking at Trent. I'm looking at Diaz. I'm looking at Salah. Is Salah going to be a Liverpool player by the end of today? We don't know. 150 mil rejected before. That's wild. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm looking at Diaz. Can Diaz still like he can do it without Salah in the team? Can Diaz take over that mantle from Salah? I'm looking at Shabalzi as well. Yeah, you know his name. I'm over it now. I'm looking at it. Yeah, him. Simply because he was influential in the game the other week. So we'll see. And then down Wizzy, mate. Fucking, he got 2 goals last week. If you can keep that up, then yeah, he'll be looking at getting in my team. Looking at Aston Villa now, though. Aston Villa, we are going to look at Matty Cash. He got 2 goals last week. Loads of people have transferred him in this week. Can I see him? No, I can't see how many people transferred him in. But yeah, 2 goals last week, and people were jumping on it. Jumping on it. I can't wait till Moreno comes back. That's who I want in the team. Diaby, I'm keeping an eye on him because he's the best player so far this year, and he can keep that up and get in my team. Same with Leon Bailey. He got a goal and assist the other week. If you can keep that up, it might be worth getting him over Diaby. He's a 1.1 mil cheaper. And Zaniolo, I want to actually watch him. I don't remember watching the Villa game last week, so I want to see what Zaniolo can do, and I want to watch it and judge it. But not on TV, so I'll be watching it on Match of the Day. I can't believe that's not on TV. I can't believe Palace Wolves is the one that's on TV there. And Watkins, honest work, Watkins, assist. It's like Salah. Can you just score for me? Can you just score and do it properly? Can you just take the penalty? Like, oh, you're killing me. But yeah, on to the final big game of the week. Arsenal versus Man United. For Arsenal, obviously looking at Saliba. He's in my team. Got to keep my eyes on that. The rest of the defence, don't care. Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli, as I say every week, I'm keeping my eyes on all 3. I've put my money put in the Martinelli bag. I don't think Martinelli has a bit more excitement to him, but I'm starting to think that excitement will be wrong of me to have, simply because he's just not scoring, he's just not doing it for me. He got an assist in the first game week and he's blanked ever since. It's just like, do I just try and upgrade to that Saka? We'll wait and see, and I'm not looking at that. Jesus is back. Will Jesus start? Is a question. I will wait and see. But yeah, looking at the best team, saving the best till last. That's what we're doing now, lads. Saving the best till last. Oh, nah, I got my eyes on you. We signed Atalay today, but he won't be playing yet. He'll be playing during AFCON though. So when AFCON's on, 4 million goalkeeper, it might be worth it for just that month. We'll wait and see. Obviously, Shaw and Varane injured. As I said, Reguilon is in the training ground today. He is playing. As I said last week, I thought I was looking at Alvaro Fernandez thinking he'd play, but he just didn't. So you're looking at Lindelof, Dalot, Wan-Bissaka and Martinez, wherever he's gone. He's on 0 points for the year. Yeah, I'm not looking at Martinez then. Bruno found his form last week, goal and an assist. Can he keep up? It's a big game and he can do it in the big games, but I'm looking at Casemiro this week. Honestly, Casemiro is the biggest of big game players, and I reckon he will do it this week. Rashford and Eriksen. I'm looking at Eriksen will be back in the team this week. I know we've almost signed Amrabat today, and he might be playing, but I think Eriksen will be the one starting tomorrow. And yeah, apparently my guy over here is going to be playing. He's about to be in training all week. So yeah, got my eyes on him. If he scores, oh my god, the joy. And I think he will be going straight into my team on FPL if he does score. But yeah, that is what I've done for the week. And then looking at the players, the worries that I had in my team were me, Garnacho, Adingra. This midfield worried me, to be honest. Simply because he was injured for so long. So yeah, we did take me out. We brought in Malo Gusto. He had a really good game last week. Instead, I was keeping my eyes on him, and yeah, he is definitely worth getting a team at 4 mil. He was when I got him in. I did my transfers already. 14 points, got 2 assists. He gets involved. And I did say last week, if you can do the same job as James does, get in my team for that 4 mil, and he is. He's in my team now. 2 4 mil defenders though. That is bit off, but yeah, what's it? Martinelli, Adingra, Garnacho, Salah and Foden. I had the words for each of them. Adingra and Garnacho not playing. I had to figure out something with them. Martinelli just not hitting it like I thought he would. Salah just being honest work. If you go on Salah's information, look, goal assist, 5 points every week. It's nice to get that 5 points in your team, but Salah, can you just do me something more? I expect it off you, pal. And then Foden didn't start. He got an assist though, so I was happy with it. Salah, I'm happy with it. He's getting points. Martinelli, I see points on the horizon for you, brother. And then it was a Dingo Garnacho. I had to get rid of one of them, and I was like, I will get rid of Garnacho simply because, and it was just because I had to. It's just he wasn't playing. Adingra might get the game time, and Adingra had a nicer fixture for that game time. But yeah, Eze in the team, Gusto in the team. I know Eze's not done anything this year, but every time I've watched him, he's been the main man at Palace. And with that nice little fixture run coming up, I thought, yeah, Eze get in the team. So then we go on to my actual team for the week, and we've got Sanchez against Forest. I know I said I hope Iwe only scores, but Arsenal playing us, Sanchez can win the team. Kabore, Gusto and Estupiñán in the defence. The defence looks a bit iffy this week. I could have gone with Saliba, but I didn't want to bet Saliba against us. And I would prefer a full-back. I'll go with full backs all week here. Kabore, Gusto and Estupiñán are the guys in the team. Eze against Wolves, Foden against Fulham, Salah against Villa, and Martinelli against Man United. All home games so far in this team, and it is nice to see home games. Home games are nice. That's the best way to say it, really, isn't it? But yeah, I am happy with all this team, and we'll wait and see if Salah will move. If Salah moves, I will be taking him out. For him and Adingra will be going, I think, and then I'll be splitting that money into the team. Watkins against Liverpool. This is a last straw for you, Watkins. Just, I don't know, do something, mate. Just do something more than an assist. You know what? Get an assist is fine. Points on the board are better than nothing. I had an awful game week last week, so yeah, I'll take the points on the board. Haaland against Fulham. Obviously, he's got to be captain. He has to be captain. There's no one else to be captain because he's the guy. He's the guy. He's doing it. Everyone else is in captain, so I've just got to follow it. And Vissa against Bournemouth. I think he'll score against Bournemouth. I'm hoping he'll score. He's in the team, for Christ's sake. But yeah, it's a nice lot of home fixtures apart from Watkins. But Watkins did score against Liverpool last year. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the end of the game week to see how we've done. Thank you.